fucking a pain in the ass. Fuck Christmas, man.
Going to Africa. Hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding. I'm white.
Have you ever spent a whole night laying next to a chick
That's fucking hard.
with a fucking heart on?
All right, it's December 20th, 2013, and I'm going to start off by saying it flat out. Anchorman 2 sucked.
Fuck.
Wow.
You know what? I take it back. Sucked's too strong a word, because if it were for me to say something sucked, I would have to hate absolutely every single minute of it. There are a couple of things about it I did like. The saving grace of it really is Steve Carell. For playing that retarded weatherman, Brick Tamlin. His role got a little more stretched out, and it worked. The thing that weighed this movie down, though, was there was a little too much plot.
Too much plot?
You know why they gave Steve Carell such a strong role? Because now he's such a dominant figure.
This is true.
Right.
But, you know, the thing is, though, is that in the first Anchorman, he was a runaway character. Because he would say stupid things like, I love lamp, and that's the way that character gelled, because when you watch that film, it's one of those things that you can tell they probably had scripted lines, and they just threw them out.
Well, he's that kind of actor where in every movie he's in, you remember him. So, he's memorable. Okay, he's the most memorable out of the movie, I guess.
Right.
Date night, Dan in real life.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine.
That Noah movie.
I liked them in Dinner for Schmucks.
Dinner for
I did too.
Bruce Almighty.
There
you go.
Without getting too into the plot, it's just something about it is my expectations were far too high, and the irony of this thing was when I heard this thing was getting made, when I started seeing the teaser trailers months back, I kept going, I don't know, and I'm one of those people that really wanted this thing to come off.
I think a lot of people did, including the sponsors, right? You see a lot of commercials, and they were really selling
I love the
that.
Dodge Durango commercials for it.
They're hit and miss. Some of them were kind of annoying.
Some of them were good.
Yeah.
You know.
Didn't he co-host some sports event? Remember? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, there's tons of videos on YouTube where
I think he even actually really anchored a show.
What is that called in the Olympics where they push that puck down the ice?
Curling.
There was it's a pretty funny video. You can just check out on YouTube. Do a search for Ron Burgundy and curling. It's pretty funny.
You know what though? I think even Will Ferrell was hoping the movie did good because I think he's been promoting it for an entire year.
Yeah, it took a long time for it to get made. Studios did not want to double out.
I heard that on the Howard Stern show that they said that they are pretty much gave their own guarantee that kind of what Vin Diesel did with the whole with the Riddick series. Their butts are on the line here, and it shows. And it kind of shows you how desperate Hollywood is now, because now they're really whoring themselves out. Because before, you wouldn't see them in like a Dodge Durango commercial. It was just kind of they knew you were going to see their movie. Now they have to make it go.
Right.
And why do you think because it is known as a classic movie, how did it disappoint you though?
Like I said, remember what I said about too much plot?
Yeah, go into that.
One of the
without spoiling it.
All right. One of the things that made Anchorman unique, there's a plot there, but it wasn't heavy-handed. It was kind of just centered around the fact that Ron Burgundy is this character that has all this confidence and bravado, but it's masking this nothing but seemingly like 50% stupidity and 50% insecurity.
Will
Ferrell's character, and that's what and the other characters have their own little quibbles, but it was floating against the wall to see if it sticks, but it worked. It may not have been a big hit, but it had a following when it hit direct video and things like that. Now, the problem with sequels on any stripe is they have to try to top the first one. And that's a gamble, whatever you do. If you write a hit novel, the second one had better live up to expectations. You put out a hit record, your second one had better just blow the doors off the place, and that's where the term difficult second album comes from.
Correct.
I just couldn't believe it. What I was seeing was like, I didn't think they would try too hard, and they were trying insanely hard to get me to laugh.
So it just seemed too forced.
Yeah, wow. You thought Clerks 2 was forced?
Oh, wow.
This is close.
I loved Clerks 2.
I don't know.
Loved?
I thought that was great.
Loved.
Greater than or equal to?
Well, don't get me wrong. You'll never... Well, I'm pretty sure this new Anchorman, it'll never beat the first. But when I go into these movies, I don't expect that. I just expect, do I have a good set amount of laughs, and did I enjoy it? And that's what I thought of Clerks 2. Plus, it was in color. Fuck yeah. Clerks 2, Clerks 1's still better.
You were saying about your experience watching the first one, Joe?
I just remember hearing the hype, mainly from you, I think. Mm-hmm. No, and a couple of other friends, Tony and Chris at that time, just, quoting it immensely. And Chris went to UCLA with, some intellectuals, and it was their favorite comedy. And when I saw it, I just thought, well, I guess that's why I'm not in college, because it just didn't grab me at all. It was too all over the place. I guess the lack of a plot I didn't really like, so maybe I will like this new one.
Well, again, I think I like improvisational comedy, so I think this is part of what made it work.
You know what, though? I had that same opinion when I first saw Anchorman.
Yeah.
I did not get the jokes. All my friends were quoting it. I didn't get it. So I felt stupid, and I said, okay, let me rewatch this again and see what I'm missing.
Exactly.
Once I rewatched it, I got it. All the little nuances, all the jokes, the over-exaggeration of the character. Fuck it, I fell in love with the movie then.
You know what? The whole movie felt like nothing but an extended scene. Like, it just seemed like, I'm like, is that the funniest part? You know, you can tell they were ad-libbing, and, you know, of course, they kept the best scene. To me, I just didn't find any of what they were doing funny in that first one.
You didn't think, what's that, Ben Stiller,
Yes,
Vince Vaughn,
thank you.
all those those different
God.
rival anchormen coming in fighting each other wasn't hilarious?
That was the best part.
That was awesome.
I don't think I got that far.
I mean,
I stopped watching it.
The first encounter between Burgundy's crew and Vince Vaughn's crew, when Champ Kind goes, "I will smash your face into a car windshield, then take your mother Dorothy out for a nice seafood dinner, and then never call her again," it had me rolling because it made no fucking sense. That's what the best part of it.
Right.
It doesn't have to make sense. That's why things like Monty Python, Hell is Genius. It's that fine line between genius and stupid, and that's Anchorman 1.
Right, I get Monty Python. I just don't get that Anchorman comedy. Who wrote that? Or directed it?
Well, Adam McKay directed. He's like Will Ferrell's partner.
Correct.
My writing partner.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
writing and directing and all
That's
that.
right. Okay, I forgot.
And
Step Brothers.
And so
pretty much all those.
Vince Vaughn's anti-anchors are not in there in this movie.
There's a cameo. There's a
Okay.
shitload of cameos. In
I
this
don't know. I don't know if they died in the first one or anything.
Put it this way, I'll drop this little nugget, and this will get you people to watch it.
Oh, man.
Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose?
I know. I thought you said that. You want us
It's
to
not a
watch
spoiler.
a bad
It's not a
movie.
spoiler. It's a little teaser. The big anchor fight that we were just talking about that we love so much.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the sequel, and it's a bigger, vaster one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
So that was its saving grace.
Yeah,
That was
good because it was just a sledgehammer of a joke. Even when it fell apart, they just kept going and going till it worked again.
See, that was one thing that I liked about the first Anchorman was all the little cameos. You saw what's that? Jack
the
Black,
fan service, huh?
the fan service. You know what I mean? Everybody had their little good moments. So I'm hoping to see that in this new one. I mean, even though it is, well, Chad didn't like it. I probably will watch it still.
It sounded like he did like it.
I know. I think we convinced Chad that he liked it.
I didn't. Like I said, earlier I said I hated it, and I had to change my criteria. Carell was the best part in the movie for me, and that anchor brawl was the best thing of the whole thing. That's the most memorable thing. Everything else I've pretty much already forgotten.
Now, who of the cast is carried over?
From the first one,
Correct.
The primary players, Farrell,
Right.
Dave Koechner, Champ Kind, Brick Tamlin, Steve Carell, Brian Fantana, Paul Rudd.
Wait, who?
Paul Rudd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much almost all of them have come back.
And now, speaking of Paul Rudd, I know that sounds pretty forced, but I actually have a topic about Antman, which,
yeah, he's been in the news this week.
yeah, Paul Rudd just got actually signed to play Antman, and I guess they've been talking to him for a while, and I thought it was Vin Diesel, but I guess they're still saying that he was in talks to play the Vision, perhaps?
No. From what I heard, Vin Diesel's going to be Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I've heard the same
Which literally, all Vin Diesel's going to be saying is, I am Groot.
So pretty much.
Well, he doesn't sound like a smart man, so...
So he's kind of like just doing the Iron Giant thing again.
For the most part.
Isn't that the tree or something? Is it
Yeah,
like
it's
a tree?
it's the tree that regrows.
See, I know that much about modern comics. It's a tree that regrows. And it's voiced by Vin Diesel, possibly. Or maybe it's motion capture Vin Diesel. It's like, Mr. Diesel, I think your acting technique is perfect for this character. Great, what do I play? A tree. Perfect, I just stand here. Yes. Perfect. Fucking awesome.
there are weird...
Ka-ching, ka-ching, money. Bitch, I'm a tree, motherfucker.
There are weird conspiracies going around that I've been hearing on the internet. That Vin Diesel actually killed Paul Walker. That's what I've been hearing. Anyways.
I do not believe that is true, Mr. Diesel.
I don't buy it either, even though I don't think he can speak.
all the facts are not facts.
The moon landing was real too. Get this thought out of your heads.
No, I think it was all because they want Paul Rudd in Fast and the Furious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know, but what are the coincidences? Vin Diesel's gonna play a tree. Paul Walker dies by a tree. Come on.
Paul Rudd is playing a superhero, and Vin Diesel's playing a tree. What the fuck is going on here? Well, okay, to be fair to Paul Rudd, I mean, he's what, 6 foot something? He looks like he's in shape. I think if he goes through the Zack Snyder diet, which we've talked about, he can be pretty ripped. Because, don't know too much about Antman, but I do know that he has a typical superhero body, and he shrinks, right?
Mm-hmm. So,
I know who Hank Pym is. I know Hank Pym created Ultron in the comic universe. I know Hank Pym is Antman, but then I think there's like 3 other Antmans, right?
I don't remember him being a superhero type. I always thought of him as more of a nerdy Reed Richards kind of archetype. You know, skinny, not really.
You guys have those machines in front of you.
I think he was always kind of buff.
He might have been. I think the different variations of him, yeah.
I just know he had that big helmet, that's for sure. 2 years ago, there was online the actual a little 1.5 minute demo reel.
I love that thing. That got me hyped for it.
Yeah, where Ant-Man is just shrinking and then punching people and then getting big. I want to see if he'll like shrink, crawl into someone's ear, and then just grow inside their brain. Boom! And just snap.
That would be awesome.
I remember Spawn did that, man. I think in his first comic, how he killed a Violator. Yeah, he teleported inside of him and just ripped out of him. That would be cool if that happened.
That is an
nice
awesome
touch.
ability.
Are any of you guys familiar with that, man? Other than not really, right?
I know bits and pieces of him. The thing that always confused me about Ant-Man was I know his ability was he was able to shrink, and I guess he had the ability to communicate with ants. But then I never got. No, that was mainly one of his main powers. He had like a telepathy kind of thing.
Chad, you have a laptop. You can type.
But the thing I never figured out was his name's Antman, so you're assuming he's small. But then he grows into a friggin' giant.
No, but isn't that Giant Man? That's someone else, isn't it?
No, that's Hank.
You see, there isn't a Giant Man and an Ant-Man. It's just Ant-Man.
It's all the same guy.
I confused.
Yeah, me too.
He does get big then.
That's from what I've seen, yes.
Oh, but do you get it? It's because when he gets big, he turns us into an ant. It's pretty deep, man. It's deep, bro. It's deep. He is Ant-Man. See?
It's existential, dude.
It's existential.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. He's the name of several fictional characters appearing in Marvel Comics. You see, that's the whole thing that,
the continuity-wise.
So which one's the one in the movie then?
More than likely Henry Pym.
That's what nobody can really figure out because
I was saying Hank.
If they're gonna use, well, I think everybody does call him Hank. If they use Hank Pym, that Hank Pym's the one that created Ultron. But from what Marvel's been telling us, clearly Hank Pym has not created Ultron in this universe. So they're clearly directing it to Tony Stark. So who knows who this version of Hank Pym's going to be?
Do you think? I also read a rumor that Ultron is going to be. What is the name of the butler Iron Man has?
Jarvis.
That it's actually his AI. How you kind of see the darker side of him in Part 3, and that AI is what they use to create Ultron. It's Jarvis,
possibly,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jarvis is all screwed up in the head because Tony Stark's all screwed up in the head.
All right, so let's get Hank Pym's abilities down while Ant-Man's.
All right, take out your pen and paper, kids.
Flight. He has grafted wings. I guess during a period in his career, he has been known as Yellow Jacket. So I don't know what he has fascination with bugs, but whatever. Telepathic communication with ants via cybernetic helmet, which is that big globe around his head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then superhuman strength, stamina, and a mass in giant form as Giant Man. So this character has had 3 abilities. He's been Yellow Jacket, Giant Man, and Ant-Man. So Paul Rudd's gonna play all 3. I'm assuming.
That's just writers saying like, okay, what can we get him to do now? Toss everything in. That's. Well, I guess they're gonna pick one. I don't think they're gonna throw it all in there because that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot to do for one hero.
Yeah.
I guess the big question is, who knows if they're gonna even bring him into Avengers?
Right.
There hasn't been any talk about that yet. So
I think you would have to find some way to get him in there.
Definitely, I don't think he'll be in this one.
No,
the third possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna keep Remner as Hawkeye, you might as well just get rid of that. Black Widow, keep her in because Scarlett Johansson's hot right now, and us geeks like to go see her. That's pretty much it. But yeah, Hawkeye was pretty much no go. As far as Paul Rudd, I can go either way. I do like him as an actor overall. He's always funny. The Anchorman movies. I remember him in Clueless actually. My first serious girlfriend. That was one of her favorite movies. And as 90s kids knows, he was like that dorky, cute guy that all the girls wanted to get with. And
I got you beat.
What's that?
I remember Paul Rudd in Halloween 5, The Curse of Michael Myers.
You're the only one.
I think he even took that off his resume.
So in the first Halloween, when Michael's going after Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, she's babysitting 2 kids. One's a female, I forgot her name, nobody gives a shit. The other kid his name was Tommy Doyle. Well, anyways, in this Curse of Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers, whatever the hell, Paul Rudd plays Tommy Doyle, so that was interesting. I just always remember
that. Is interesting, actually.
A lot of big celebrities have weird starts in horror movies. So I think Paul Rudd's going to be good, though. I've enjoyed almost everything he's been.
I have no reason to believe he won't be.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything other.
Well, Paul Rudd's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
I enjoy him.
Yeah. Well, speaking of horror, horror is usually a pretty big deal when people are starting off for directors and actors because it is cheaper. Horror film budgets are extremely low.
Well, yeah, but look at all the big stars you've gotten out of horror.
Right, because they get to take a chance. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
you've got Kevin Bacon, famously for Friday the 13th, Johnny Depp, Nightmare on Elm Street,
and now Paul Rudd,
and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
But who knows who you're going to see off? Well, somebody might Walking Dead. Well, you know what? Actually, somebody from Walking Dead's actually getting a really big career. Daryl Dixon,
the young guy, right?
Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus.
Yeah, he's been known to us movie fans for a while, but now he's finally
blown up. He's a sex symbol.
How? Boondock Saints.
Yeah, Boondock Saints. Awesome, that movie. But I always thought he was a kid from E.T. grown up.
No, that's Henry Thomas.
I know, but
it's not Paul Rudd.
No, it's not Paul Rudd.
I was
but Walking Dead's been having a lot of interesting little news bits have been coming out about Walking Dead.
More drama from Walking Dead.
When isn't there drama coming from Walking Dead? It looks like the former showrunner, Frank Darabont, is finally suing AMC over, I guess, profits, and they've been holding off on him for a while. From what he says and he believes is that back in 2011, when he was fired, that AMC had directly it sounded like almost they were conspiring to get rid of him. That way they wouldn't have to pay him his contractual percentage for the show being as big of a show as it is now. A couple little interesting thoughts that I thought about the article was, I originally never knew NBC and HBO were in talks with Walking Dead. I just imagine Walking Dead on HBO. That would have been insane. You would have seen Laurie's titties. You would have seen everything. That would have been awesome. Oh, no. I think that would have made that character a lot more tolerable if I could see her breast.
The most hated woman on the show, but her tits were shown, and therefore all is forgiven.
You see, but HBO, their titty ratio gets thrown off because they always throw in something totally fucking gay, which is probably why you would want Walking Dead. You would want some zombie on zombie. Yeah,
zombie cock.
I have nothing wrong with homosexuality or anything, but it's kind of like The Tudors. That show was watching it 30 seasons in. All of a sudden, dudes are butt fucking like mid episode, and I'm like, I wish I knew about this sooner. But yeah, that's why I don't think Walking Dead would be good on HBO.
May I recommend to you, queer as folk?
No, I'm just kidding.
I think it would have been awesome on HBO. Now, NBC, on the other hand, I originally always had the mentality that shows like Walking Dead and shows that are on, HBO, Showtime won't work on NBC. Just because you have an audience they cater to, you have a crap load of commercials. But that changed my mind when I saw Hannibal. When I saw Hannibal completely 360 on it, Hannibal's super violent, very grotesque. The scenes that are in it are just insanely gross. And it's done real well, very well scripted. You have Lawrence Fishburne in it. You have the guy from 007, or what was the one where Casino Royale, the main baddie is Hannibal? I forgot his name.
Blank, but I know you mean.
He's definitely, once you see him, you'll know who he is.
Javier Bardem?
No, that's Skyfall. But who knows? It might have worked on NBC, maybe, but definitely I think HBO would have been a better suit.
Wow. The Walking Dead on NBC. I'm trying to think of that.
That would have been interesting.
Well, kind of sounds like a parody.
Yeah, I don't know, like an SNL skit maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like you say, Hannibal's violent.
it's very violent.
Is that
It's
blood?
insanely
Is it
violent.
like that? Does the blood look puddly and red, or is it like that CG
Looks
kind of
maple
like?
syrupy. So it might be.
That still sounds better than The Walking Dead because on
you know
Dexter,
what,
I
though?
liked how they did their blood too.
You know what though? On Walking Dead, I don't mind the blood too much just because I know who's behind the special effects.
Huh.
It's one of the legendary special effects guys, Greg Nicotero.
Right.
Anybody who's in horror knows who he is.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, well, not Walking Dead, but Evil Dead. He's done all the all the George Romero stuff. He's been a part of him
yeah.
and Tom Savini.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The practical parts look great. I'm
Right.
just saying, and then all of a sudden they kill it with this muddy gray blood, and
Some of them do take you out of the illusion of it, but that doesn't bother me so much. I mean, it's just surprising that they were even in
thinking about
talks about it. But but if you've noticed, because you get all these horror shows like True Blood, Walking Dead, Dexter, now all these shows they're all doing their own little gruesome kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like NBC has Hannibal, Dracula. And I think Fox has The Following with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that's extreme.
So it's interesting the way they're going. But another thing that was interesting about what's going on with the lawsuit is, which I personally never knew this, but I guess deep down I might have known. I didn't realize that what these shows do is they have other studios produce their show, and then I guess they give it back to them at a certain percentage.
They can, yeah.
Right. I guess that for some reason that just kind of surprised me, but I guess I should have known that all along.
Yeah, well, for instance, if you remember movies, say 10 years ago, you would go and you would just see Universal Studios, and then the movie would start.
Right.
Now, how many logos do you see at the beginning of movies?
3 or 4.
Yeah, the day of one studio investing all their money in a project is gone now.
Yeah.
It's all split now. Like everyone, that's why they say that there's no profits, and that's why I'm pretty sure their excuse for there being no profits to Frank is because there's so many hands on it that it's called Hollywood accounting.
Hollywood accounting.
Where supposedly every movie ever made, even like Titanic, hasn't turned a profit.
There's
because of marketing and everything. Yeah.
There's an accountant out there right now guaranteed that would tell you Avatar lost money.
It would be cheaper on NBC, but they would have to cut so much that they wouldn't be able to get away with a lot of stuff.
I don't know. Like after reading the article, I came to the conclusion that I kind of consider Frank to kind of be a little butthurt. My general question after I read the article was like, well, why is he doing this now? He was released off mid-second season, but I guess they already finished it. So third season they brought in a new showrunner, and now I guess they've already replaced that showrunner with a new one. Why is he doing this now? I guess now that it's super hyped. But what I generally got out of it was he's butthurt that he's no longer a part of this mega hit show.
But what is he? You didn't really say what he's suing for. You said for profits?
For profit sharing. AMC had originally promised him a certain percentage off his I believe I did say that. His contract with AMC to produce the show, because I guess they originally got his script of The Walking Dead.
Correct.
So pretty much the vision of Walking Dead was originally Frank Darabont's and not Robert Kirkman's.
If he was suing for wrongful termination, I would say, but he's suing for profits, and the reason why he's doing that is because he has to, and that's because of that Hollywood accounting thing. People think that if you have a hit show, you're getting that money right now. No, after the royalties and commissions, you get a check like at the end of the year or a year or two later. So what happens a lot with these actors who get these back end deals where they say, okay, we'll do this show or movie for cheaper, but I want back end. Meaning, if it the budget's $30 million, but if it makes $200 million, they get a percentage of that. But if the movie fails, then everything's a wash.
Right.
So he's probably suing for that money that he was owed, and they're trying to say, "Oh, there's no profit," and there is a profit.
But I guess
he's not the first. Let's just say he's not the first person to do this to Hollywood.
No, clearly.
Yeah.
But I guess not in the article that I just read, but at previous topics where they've brought Walking Dead to his attention, he's just had he seems like he's had an animosity towards it. Which I guess I'd understand. If you fired me from a podcast, I'd be fired.
Oh, he started, like you said, he brought it. He was there.
He was gonna listen to you fuckers.
He was the one that went to NBC and he did all the hard work. And
That's true.
And the show was his baby. It was just like, and then they just took it away from him. Yeah, you would be bad. Like you said, we started this podcast together, and
His baby, I think it was a few others' baby too.
Right, but
I'm pretty sure Gail Ann Hurd and Robert Kirkman, especially.
And he's not some just like schmucky director either, you know.
No, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, you know, so he's like some clout. So
he directed that, or he produced it.
He directed it.
Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, so he's a really talented dude, and he also wrote and directed The Mist.
Oh,
that's another
favorite.
Which I think he's developing into a TV show now.
No, well, he's doing Mob City, which I think that's the big thing he's promoting.
No, that's already out. He's developing a show on The Mist as well. Based on that town and like the characters and like
The Mist was really good.
That was really good.
Man, I did not see that ending coming, and I was blown away.
So he probably needs money for that. His next projects. That's what it is,
but,
you know?
You know, the funny thing, we talk about special effects, and that was one of the special effects were so damn fucking cheesy. But that movie worked on so many levels. It was insane. But I don't even know, from previous, but back to Walking Dead, previous mentions that he's brought up, he's like, well, I don't watch the show anymore. You know, fuck them.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, I'm putting words in his mouth, but generally that's kind of what he's saying. And then AMC's a bunch of fucking blood-sucking bastards who don't give a shit about your vision. Well, I'm like, well, how many studios have you dealt with? I guarantee you've met other bloodsuckers before. So I don't know. I just think he's a little butthurt.
And this whole notion of AMC is just a bunch of bloodsuckers that don't give a shit about anybody's vision. Tell that. I dare you to say that to a straight face to Matthew Weiner and Vince Gilligan.
No, exactly. Vince Gilligan didn't say that.
All right. Matthew Weiner had clout when he made Mad Men, and that thing's considered a prestigious show.
Right.
And, well, we can go on and on about Breaking Bad in half, but, you know, that's respect the vision.
And where that all comes from is Frank is from Hollywood. Again, he's used to the big Hollywood studios. The guys you named.
No, Gilligan's from Hollywood.
Well, but he did X-Files, right? That was where he was.
He was a writer on
X-Files.
TV
shows.
And Matthew Weiner was a writer on The Sopranos.
Frank Darabont came from Hollywood, so it's. I mean Hollywood. Yeah, it's Hollywood, but I meant like the movie Hollywood.
Aspect,
So he's used to like these bigger budgets where like he gets treated like this guy, like do whatever you want, whenever you want, and then but scale it back a little bit because it's getting too crazy. On TV, it's tighter than that, so he just wasn't used to it. He didn't get what he wanted. They wanted him to lower the budget. He didn't do it. They said, fuck you, we'll find a guy who'll do it cheaper. Just like any job, right?
Yep.
Your boss tells you, do it cheaper or you're fired.
Yeah, that's true. And that's true, too.
And so, but then he was waiting for that money. I'm telling you, because it takes years to get your money from work you do. You don't do a show and then get paid next week. It takes a year or 2 or 3 to get paid for that.
But so how much of this is actually him promoting Mob City? Because that's exactly what he's doing.
It's all
so how much is this now I have the opportunity?
Exactly.
Fuck you, Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, it's exactly like you said. Like, let's say we were making money off this podcast, right? And then you get fired or whatever. Like, well, Alex, you stink.
Unanimous vote. Yeah, fat ass has to leave.
You never brush your teeth, Alex. So we can't take it no more. You're gone, right? Oh, but what happened to that 4,000 that we split from what we made off the commercials? Oh yeah, well the lawyer's gonna send it to you. We're doing the checks. We're trying to figure out.
I wish you were that big.
Right. Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Yeah, and then you're waiting there, and then people are asking you about it, and you're like, and then you're doing your own thing, and then you're right. Now your next thing is out. And you're like, oh, guys, well, I need my money. And we're still like, oh, guess what, Alex? We didn't make a profit because we had to buy that new table. And we had to buy that, that microphone I put up. Remember, stupid shit like that. And then they send you no money. And then you're like, fuck you guys now. I have my new baby I'm ready for. Give me my money. And they're like, oh.
I don't know. No. But I don't know. I think.
And he's all, yes.
It's like, what do I give a shit about your new mics?
All I know is that, it's just a bunch of rich people bitching at each other and everything, which is totally against the holidays and what's going on right now, because I've just been in a nice, loving kind of mood, because this is like holiday season where I'm in a clear state of mind, or a clearer state of mind than I've ever been. And just
how so when you're on weed, Joe? How so?
Well, that helps. That's what I'm saying. It helps you clear to get to those other zones that you guys are not at yet. I'm receiving the signals from the gods and everything.
From the Bob Marley vibes.
Wow, it was like the latest.
Clear mind, huh?
Clear mind.
Oh, you guys got it. No. So yeah, and I notice people get very lonely on the holidays. You're married.
Yeah.
You don't get lonely, do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't get lonely.
Yeah, right. You're married. I'm the loneliest I've ever been. Well,
you got your brother.
I was
you got me,
I was trying to be you. I was quoting you.
You could bang any one of them.
Oh no.
That's what he was going for.
No. Just saying. It's cool when you don't have anyone to like buy a gift for sure. Like, you know, when you're in a relationship, like you have to get a gift for someone, right?
Yeah.
So, have you started looking yet?
No. It's. I already finished.
You finished your Christmas shopping?
I finished my Christmas shopping. I'm just very reluctant to Christmas shop, but I'll tell you that later.
Yeah. For me, it's shopping for, you know, shopping. The easiest shopping is for your like base family, moms, dads, brothers, sisters. 'Cause you just get them whatever, and you just fucking like, here's a pack of socks.
That does change when you're married, though.
That's what I'm saying. When you're married, though, like, yeah, it just
now
everything's
wife, kids,
flipped. You gotta
mom,
think about
fuck
it.
you.
Oh, I gotta buy something for my auntie Maria. Who the hell's that? You know, it's like send her a card or something, or a pine cone painted from the family. That's what I'm gonna do. When I have kids, I'm gonna be like just total like scumbag.
Get a pine cone.
Have the kids
put
paint
peanut
it.
butter in it.
Yeah, paint it and just send it and just say like, look, my kids made this.
You
Merry
got a bird
fucking
feeder.
Christmas. You got a bird feeder, bitch. You know, you got a painted sock, motherfucker. You know, boom. Well, and then you can't really complain about it because like, oh, thanks, your kids are cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah. So buying for a significant other, I just think is the toughest thing out there because my brother, or especially if you care, because my brother right now, he had some pretty outlandish ideas. One thing I know,
David.
yeah. One thing
Not used to outlandish ideas from David.
Well,
Let's go.
Well, outlandish when you think of women, like. I guess why I'm bringing this up because I want to know you're in a relationship.
Okay.
What are some things that you should never buy your girlfriend, even though you know she wants? You want an example?
That's hard.
You think
Yeah, give me an example because
boots and shoes.
They love shoes.
Yeah, but not the shoes that you'll pick for them.
That's true.
I'm saying, okay, if you know what they're gonna buy, I'm saying a surprise gift. Okay, if you know what a gift is, I mean, if they tell you what to get them, okay, that's different.
Right.
But like a surprise gift, like you know how like they want diamond rings and stuff, you know. But what are some things that?
Not generally, like, I don't know, maybe I got lucky. My wife likes booze. So I get her booze. But
you have to get her the right booze, I bet.
Yeah,
exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
But you know, I guess it comes to a degree when, this took me a while to figure out. But when you're in a relationship, you kind of have to somewhat listen to what they're talking about.
Somewhat listen. Oh man, maybe that was my problem. That's why I never lasted.
That way, like for instance, my wife has been talking about like she loves fucking makeup. So she's been talking about this makeup fucking forever. I kind of hear it once, I zone out. But then when it comes to gift ideas, boom, it fucking kicks up in my ears again.
Right.
I'm like, okay, now I remember she was talking about this. And like, for instance, I don't think she'll hear this before I get her a gift. So, but she wanted originally a long time ago. She talked about she wanted a makeup carrying case.
I'm just kidding.
She wanted a makeup carrying case. So, and then she dropped it. She just completely forgot about it. And that was my goal. Okay. Whatever you say, I don't give a shit because I already haven't set what I'm getting you. I know you've wanted it because you used to bitch about it for years. So that's what I'm getting her now. And then I got her some fucking makeup she brought up a couple months ago. But you generally, specific stuff. But you generally have to get a good idea of what they're into to buy them something.
That you just can't overhear them say like, I want makeup. And not know the specific makeup because you know whatever makeup you buy, it's not the right one.
Like if you fucking, I want red, but you get the wrong red, she'll look like a clown. You know what I mean?
Babe, I'm sorry, but I think you look like a clown even without it.
Babe, you look sexy as bozo.
You're missing a horn in a seltzer bottle.
Oi there, oi there, Alex, give me a kiss.
But, okay, so what were some of the outrageous ideas that your brother had?
I think that I want to hear what you guys think. No, he didn't have any specific ones, but he was gonna buy her boots, so I figure like, do you know what boots? Not really. Like, then stop.
Rain boots, like
don't buy boots. You know, blue. They have to be a certain fit, and my ankles are this way, and my thing is that way, and I bend over backwards this way, and you're
you
like,
cannot go wrong with anything designer.
Designer jewelry,
designer bags, designer.
Can you? Bags, dude. Yeah, like even the label, it's like not the right one. You know,
you got me the imitation fucking version of this bullshit.
How do you know? I know.
When I first started going out with my wife, I generally didn't know what the hell she wanted. So pretty much what I did, which I think for any guy, it's a smart idea. Money. It's always just a generally good idea.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to directly give her money, if you know she likes going to a store, we'll give her a gift card to the store. But at least that way, I might not know what shoes you want, but I know you want shoes. So here, go ahead and get them. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's generally a better idea than just getting her some fucking clown shoes. And
well, I always thought of the whole, like, what would be cool to do, and I haven't had the opportunity to do this yet, was the Pretty Woman thing. Like, kind of say, like, the day after Christmas, maybe, like, get her, like, a card and a hug and say, like, let's go into the shop and buy whatever you want.
You're my prostitute for the day. Let's go.
Oh, is that how it was?
That's more or less.
Babe, I want you to be my pretty woman. Come with me. She's like, honey, you didn't know. Not knowing women these days, they don't care. Like, all right, let's go. I'm your prostitute, baby.
Walks into the shop, gets treated mean by the two clerks that work there.
Chicks these days will find that hot. Like, you're my prostitute, baby. I'm gonna give you some money after you fuck me. You my daddy. Come here.
Yeah, maybe it's better not to say prostitute. Maybe my Julia Roberts for the day.
my high-priced escort. It's better than prostitute.
Yeah,
that does sound more romantic.
That does have a sleaze factor.
Speaking of escorts, don't you like find them like on dating sites and shit like that? Like,
oh no, well, with the holidays too, you know, I just noticed, just girls go crazy during the holidays. So
yeah, that's true.
They just do more than guys, you know. So one thing that I've been doing a lot lately, because I guess I have been feeling lonely because of the holidays, is going on Cupid, because you know, need to get laid, and I've just been in the studio working on podcasts and music and stuff, so don't really have a chance to go out too much. And I've actually had some good success during these holidays. I first jumped on Cupid around February of last year. And you know, it's a numbers game. You gotta send out tons and tons of messages,
right?
And you'll get
escorts.
a few back. Escorts?
They're escorts.
No, they're not escorts.
It's a dating site.
Escorts had nothing to do with what I was talking about. Cupid. So I don't know why you brought
Cupid's
that
a
up.
dating site, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like Match.com, like along those lines.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of people do go on that to bone, but yeah, it's not. It's more like Match. It's not a.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Not every real dating, Ray. Not a quote unquote dating.
Yeah, not a hookup.
I'm going on a date.
You know,
she cost $3,000. A real date.
I don't know. You know,
I see it as the same thing though.
When I was single though, I mean, I guess they were around, but they weren't in the capacity that they are now with dating sites. But I don't know. I was never confident enough to post something on there. Like I remember when I used to go clubbing a lot. I'd lied almost every fucking female I hooked up with. But it's just me, but not for the fact that, you know, I'm ugly. I know clearly, at least then, I don't think I was ugly. But, you know, like for them, like job, I didn't want to tell them I was a forklift operator at a mattress company. You know what I mean? I'm a security guard at a liquor store. I don't want to say that. It's fucking cheesy.
That's a cool job.
Oh, it was at one point.
There's some danger.
I live dangerously. I stay until 2 o'clock in the night making sure this Asian guy survives.
Only the brave work the red owl.
No, so I'd always lie, but then I always felt bad about it afterwards. Like, I remember once, I was at Saddle Ranch, and I was with my buddies from high school. I wasn't with my older buddies. But, I ended up, like, making out with, like, 5 chicks. It was like, whoo, I was on fire.
It was one of those nights.
It was one of those nights, right?
Did you have a helmet and you kept putting, like, little kisses on, little lip marks on?
I call it Legion helmets.
Yeah.
Like, if I had hair, I'd be fucking picking that shit all the time. I was so fucking on fire. But, I made out with, like, 5 chicks. I finally get to this one chick, super hot, into completely. And she starts telling me what she does. And she's like a school teacher, and she lives in Downey, which, boom, flag popped in my head already. Okay, well, shit. She lives in Downey. Problem. Second of all, boom, she has a fucking career, and she actually had to go to college for it. I'm like, fuck, okay, another problem. So then she asked me, well, what do you do? So I'm like, fuck. Like, my mind just didn't think of something fast enough. So I said, I manage a mattress company. I'm the manager. I told her, which was I was completely stealing the identity of my buddy. He was the actual supervisor manager. And then I told her, yeah, I live in Downey. I own this house. The back house I let my parents stay in it because they're old and they're elderly. I just completely lied out of my teeth. She gave me her number and everything. After we left, I went to my friends. I just said, man, I fucked up, and I just lost her number, and I just forget it.
Well,
but once I got a better job, that was a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
Like, I work at UCLA, bitches. That's what happens.
That's why I always try to keep making music, because then I just say I'm a musician. It
works. Cool. You know what I mean?
It actually does, because it's like you're trying to do a dream. Like you're at least
exactly
to a girl. It's like this is not a scumbag just sitting fucking doing nothing with his life.
You didn't give up. You're not driving a forklift.
No, not even that. Well, shit, I'm gonna have to be, man. Unemployment's ending, so I gotta and no one's hiring in like the kind of.
Let me tell you something. Chicks don't like forklift operators.
Huh? Hold on. It's time for. Now, once we start doing the video cast, you'll see this blue steel right here. See?
Chicks don't like forklift operators, trust me.
But they fucking love blue steel.
But when you get old enough, it doesn't fly anymore.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You're a 40-year-old guy on a forklift? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Blue steel.
Magnum. Bust out Magnum.
Oh, that's when I'm 45.
Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna need to save that, because that's like power. Like a tiger.
But I mean, I guess back to the point. I just never had the confidence to even go to the dating website.
Well, I don't really have confidence with females, anyways, unless I'm really drunk or on some kind of illegal substance. So when I'm not, I don't do too well. So I tried Cupid, and it's pretty much like you said. You embellish everything fucking that you can.
Over exaggerate a lot.
So the first time I actually met, I try to be true on the important details of like who I am and everything like that.
Right. Okay.
And I don't really even say like what I do. Some people do get a little too personal on those profiles where they say every little thing. I just kind of keep it vague. I work in this industry. I do this. I do this. I do this.
You said you're an astronaut?
I'm an astronaut.
Oh, what? Did you really?
No. Well, but let me just tell you how easy it is to communicate with these girls, because there was one girl who I just sent a message, hi, how you doing? She replied back, you're hot, you're handsome. Like, is this really you? Yeah, that's really me.
Some dude fucking jacking off.
And then, that's what I was doing, don't get me wrong.
Hi, honey.
I was jacking off to her fake pictures.
You're so hot. Look at them lips.
No, but check this out. I'm just talking about stuff, shooting shit.
Right,
I'm talking to her like she's a human being. Well, not talking, chatting with her, these messages. And she goes, wow, by now I would have received a picture of your abs or dick. And I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, like guys by the third message send pictures of their dicks or abs. You must be a nice guy. And I was like, wow, that's like criteria. So like when that happened in March, my whole world opened up.
Cupid?
Cupid.
Yeah,
my whole world, you got abs, so you can do it. So now, like to be ironic, my first quote on there, because now that I
send you dick pics.
I won't. No, yeah, I go. It message me. No, wait, pretty much don't bother me if you want to see pictures of my abs and dick. I'm not a piece of meat. So it's been working, because I guess,
smart.
Yeah, it's like be the anti, and then they're like, oh, you're nice, you're different. So I actually met a girl out of nowhere. She lived in Long Beach. I don't have a car, mind you. I told her, I don't, like that type of stuff, I don't lie. Like, I don't try. It's like, oh, if you look if you really look like that now, then I don't care. I'll drive you home.
See, that's shit that would kind of stifled me. Like, I never would tell, I fucking drive a Toyota Tercel that has a fucking junkyard hood. Like, I'd never fucking even say that. Like, that shit would stop me completely from even dating a chick.
See, but I say that after they know me as a struggling musician.
Right.
Well, so it's like, there you go. Though. I spend all my money on my equipment and my gear and my shows and my bitches and my drugs and my alcohol.
That's
why I don't got no car. And they love that shit.
That's genius, because that fits into the whole persona. Well, like I say, I'm a forklift operator on a fucked up car. Fuck that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why you have to lie.
Yeah, exactly. You have to embellish. Like, there was a point where I wasn't even performing music for 5 years. I was still a struggling musician. Right. Like, I didn't want to do anything. So I met her, and I'm talking to her on the phone as I get off the metro, and I'm walking to where her apartment is. She lived right behind the metro station on downtown Long Beach, 2nd Street. And she calls me.
You want to give her address too?
Hey, if she had a stranger coming over, like after only chatting for 10 minutes.
That was that quick?
She invited me, dude. Well, she hit me up saying that I look like a guy she used to hang around with. Did I know certain people from Huntington Park? And I go, well, I used to be in that whole music scene. Right. She had like red hair, like a rocker kind of chick. Okay. So I was like, maybe I've been around. Like, you could have saw me. I don't know.
Not in a bad way.
No. I've just been around the scene. Like, you may have seen me. Yeah. And I stand out because I'm tall and blah blah, dark and handsome, whatever. I'm part black. No. And then, so she's all like, oh, well, let's kick it. I'm going to be alone tonight. My kids are gone. Usually a strike for me, but at a certain point, all bets are off. So it's been 3 months since I got laid, so I was there. So I got some tokens, jumped on the metro, show up. She calls me and goes, wow, is that you walking towards my house? I go, I think so. She goes, oh, yeah, well, you are as tall as you said you were. Mind you, she told me she never does this. Couple hours later, she's telling me how the last couple of guys were completely different, after a couple of drinks. And it worked, because I do get jealous. She's like, oh, yeah, I don't do this often. And I go, even if you did, it's not my problem. I'm here now.
Yeah.
Oh man, she loved it. Like I saw the twinkle in her eye.
Come involved? Like you just met her. I'm gonna get jealous.
I'm like, bitch, you fucking lying. We just talked 10 minutes ago.
You fucking lied to me.
That's my baby now, motherfucker.
Oh, I thought we were in this deep, yo.
I show up with her fucking OK Cupid name on my fucking neck, like,
oh wow,
tatted,
sadistic angel. I'm like,
let's get each other's tats already.
And her name was Tiffany. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, so,
well, anyways. I stopped using OK Cupid after that experience because she got really possessive.
Oh. Okay, hold on. No. You're like completely skipping the good part.
Well, we boned. So, I'm a gentleman. I'm not going to go into the dirty details of fucking her.
But that's the whole point of going over there.
You don't have to go into the dirty details. Did the deed get done? Yes or no?
He just said, yeah.
Yeah, it did, but her daughter didn't end up leaving the night. See, fucking liars. This is the whole point. So I guess her daughter wasn't leaving, so her daughter was there. So there I am trying to get laid.
Fucking awkward.
Well, the daughter was in her room, closed, and we were watching. And another cool points that I get. Oh, you got Netflix? Let's watch Nightmare Before Christmas. That's my favorite movie. I know every word and every song. No, you don't. Yes, I do.
Somebody sounds like Aziz. I'm sorry.
Hey, he ripped me off, man. So I fucking say that, and you don't know that movie. Bitch, put that shit on. We put it on. Guess what?
You know what? That's great because your last girlfriend was all hooked on that shit. So fucking, you must have known every single thing.
No, I was hooked on it even before that. That's what Tim Burton was one of my favorite guys, and Danny Elfman's one of my favorite writers. But yeah. So her daughter was in the room while we were watching that for Christmas.
Oh wow! Way to creep it up.
Enough where she was asking some fucking questions. Where I was like,
is he spending the night, mommy?
Is he my new daddy?
Oh damn! If that was the
that's a red flag for me.
It's not that bad. I mean, my wife had a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, she was one. I wasn't getting those questions. Are you my dad? But it all depends on the chick.
Yeah.
If you get a cool chick, that's not gonna be an issue.
And unfortunately, most women my age that have a daughter that age already are not the brightest people. Unfortunately, some are, but this one isn't. And I guess ones that invite guys over their house from on OK Cupid that same day are not the best fucking role models for their daughters. So here's a strange fucking dude who's cool and lucky, I am a degenerate, but to those who
I'm a struggling artist, not a degenerate.
So I'm there, we're drinking, and the daughter's in the other room, and I'm just trying to get laid, and she's just like,
fucking awkward.
And so she didn't want to do it, but she was kind of touching me. I was, doing the things to her.
Now, third
base, second base.
Quick question. Now, do you think if you weren't the image that you portrayed, you think she still would have gone on with the shit? Probably, huh?
I don't know. I didn't think about it.
Like for instance, you post a picture, but Ray shows her, your brother. You think she still would have fucking
No, I'm saying it was because everything on my profile was embellished, but it wasn't like a straight out lie. So that was close enough for her to be like, oh, this guy's a good guy. Like, oh, I can tell you're a good guy. I'm like, bitch, you don't know nothing. Then talk to the last 2 exes. Let's see what's going on. But anyways, I am a good guy, yes. So at the end of the night, she tells me, oh, my daughter's going to go with the dad tomorrow. Okay. So kind of giving me a hint, that's when the action's going to happen.
Okay.
But, have you ever spent a whole night laying next to a chick?
That's fucking hard,
with a fucking heart on?
That's hard.
That's so...
Yeah, Chad, have you?
Yes, I have.
So it was funny because I was like a puppy. Like I would just keep going in for like a grab or a suck or a touch, and it was just kind of like not tonight. Told you no already. So I was like, fuck, I can't leave now because it's already 4 a.m. There's no buses
the
running.
First move is...
So I'm asleep.
That's a long time to wait.
At 7 a.m, everything goes like clockwork. Daughter leaves. Fucking as soon as she comes back into the fucking bedroom, I fucking just rush her and just like.
You go at
a 3-second fucking thing. Because I was so fucking just like pent up.
I know.
So it was pent up. So it was 3 seconds pretty much. Just like felt good, couple strokes, pull out into the hand, go to the sink, right?
Any chick that thinks she's gonna get an hour is insane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So again, but I'm still pretty virile where I can go a couple times.
Well,
so,
you act like you've done an hour.
So then I got ready, like, right after.
I'm not saying it, but
I have too. I've gone an hour, but it's
But is that actual going into it or foreplay? Because if it's foreplay, yeah, I've done an hour.
You've done intercourse for an hour.
I've had sex for like 22 hours straight.
Not on drugs or alcohol.
Oh, no,
never mind.
Okay.
Because that's yeah.
On drugs,
that'll definitely. Fuck, don't you get exhausted?
No, not when you're on
Fuck
drugs.
that shit.
Oh
Dude.
man, for a while I couldn't even have sex without drugs because it's just everything's just intensified and just like, and then when she's on drugs too, and you're just like. Oh, beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. Well, anyways, it was too much. It has to stop.
Online dating is.
No. So okay, you did this thing with a girl.
So then I do it 3 times, probably total 12 seconds.
Okay,
total.
I've done that.
Right? And
Hold on. So how many times in one day have you done with the same girl?
The same girl?
No, well, it doesn't have to be, the same girl once a day. Like, okay, how many times in one day have you done the chick?
6. Me 6.
Okay.
3 times.
3? Oh, I fucking beat everybody.
Yeah.
Fucking 7.
Nice.
7.
4.
I trust me, I'm amazed I even did 7.
Hey, I've had sex 5 different chicks on one day on the same fucking block right there, Clara. I'll tell you the names later, but the same fucking day, dude.
I've never been that lucky.
Thank you, drugs, and thank you, band.
I've always had to work for my fucking pussy.
I hadn't, so when I was out of the whole band world, it was a different animal because before I would just be on stage, come here, baby, okay, boom, and now it's like you have to like.
But you know what though? That was a funny thing because I definitely think there needs to be some kind of guide to help guys with that. Because I know for the longest, it was impossible for me to even approach a woman, talk to her, anything.
Well, check out how easy it is. Like, for instance, let me just close off.
Well, now it's a different.
Let me close off my thing. So that was 3 times, 3 seconds each. Right. In my head, porno guy, wanting to go hours, at hard. I was disappointed. I'm like, right. So I'm like, oh, you know what? This chick ain't gonna call me back because whatever. So then on the way home. I'm gonna take you home. No, her friend calls her, and she's all like, yeah, nigga, I got fucked 3 times. And she was all happy, bro. She was like, and they were like, oh yeah, and I'm like,
hold on.
She's
okay.
black.
I was gonna say, was she?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
not that there's a problem.
But she lived in downtown Long Beach.
At that ghetto area.
Kinda, yeah. Up the south side by the tracks,
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
By the Walmart and stuff. By the Walmart. Well, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, huh? But to her, it was the whole penetration, a guy, the whole, for girls, that's what gets them off, the mood and like that situation. And to her, she came.
I think in the beginning, later down the line.
Oh yeah, of course, that's why you don't get serious with them. So then to me, I was like, oh yeah, and I haven't fucked up, I never apologized, but I haven't felt kind of bad because I was like, oh man, you don't tell her that. We only went for like 3 seconds each time. She's like, don't ever be ashamed when you orgasm. And I was just like, I never thought of it that way, It wasn't. True. It's not about the length of time. It was that.
It's about the gratification.
Right, and then so now I'm back on OkCupid again, and I'm noticing that the girls are a little more desperate because of holidays. Like before, I would have to send a couple messages or like have 3 or 4 exchanges of like, hey, how's it going? Blah 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 blah. Do you like Tiny Toon Adventures? Yeah, I like Animaniacs. Cool. Ooh, you're so cool.
Who are you going after?
That's what I'm saying. No, dude, and that's where I'm letting the conversations go natural. Like,
were you in the band Lost Prophets?
No, but speaking of that, there's a video on YouTube where he pretty much admitted to liking little girls a couple years ago.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on. Okay, so real quick.
Where was I going?
So what ended up happening with that girl? Because I guess you just said the phone call.
Oh, right. So then on the way home, she was kind of like analyzing a future already.
Oh, shit.
One of the first things she asked me was like, do you not mind, or would you mind long-term relationships? I go,
do you see your cock in my pussy for like a while?
I did. I saw that. No, but the first question she asked was like, are serious relationships out of your mind? I mean, are out of the question? And I go, well, you never know what something's going to develop. I never go in with that negativity saying, I don't want this. If it happens, it happens.
Which is a lie, but either way.
Of course, it was exaggerated. I don't want that. Fuck that, So then the next morning, I hear her like kind of thinking out loud, like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. You don't have a car." You know, like she was kind of like justifying
everything, all the
like,
reasons to make you
her
the one.
Yeah. So then I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Oh yeah, you don't live far at all. I won't mind taking you home. Like, you know, like too desperate, and that's what turned me away.
You know what the funny thing is? She says this now.
Yeah.
Let her do that for a couple months or get in an argument.
I'm the
Fuck
loser.
you.
Yeah.
Walk your ass home.
Exactly.
You could have got a couple of free rides out of that.
Shit.
Yeah, that too, but I'm too old for that shit. If I was 24, 25, okay, I would have fucking messed around
Yeah,
with
you know
her,
what?
but
That's the same kind of thing that happened to me. I was hooking up with a coworker a long time before the wife, and we were going at it. You know, I'd go every couple days to her house. Great time. Every single thing you can think of, I probably did with her. And she was short too, which is the best. There's a short chick with a tall guy, just awesome.
Oh,
you
man.
just can manipulate every
Yeah.
single thing. It was awesome, and I had a great time with this girl. Awesome girl. One night, she comes to me. She starts telling me, "All you want to do is hook up. You don't want to take me out. You don't want to do nothing." And I'm like, "Shit, you know,
I didn't know that was part of the deal.
I didn't know that was part of the deal. You know, we knew it was going down, but she completely flipped the script." After that, I said, I said, you know what? Maybe it's better I don't fucking participate in this shit anymore, because, you know, I told her I have a lot of shit going on. I don't have time for a girl. It's all BS. I literally think like a month after I got with my wife. But yeah, she started getting into like, you didn't do this for me. You don't want to do this. You don't want to take me out. I'm like, bitch, that was never my opinion.
Yeah.
I never thought this is what you wanted. If I would have known, I would have never done anything.
Yeah, unless you're a pussy guy, you don't just let that switch flip. Unless you're like really in love with the girl and you like flip it.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, this is the weird thing. At least, I don't justify. Like, for me, the mentality doesn't work for me. Like, I don't understand. I'll let you fuck me, and then I expect you to be my girlfriend. I don't fucking get that mentality.
Yeah.
Like, for a guy that just does not register.
No.
Like with my wife, that was never like I had to like work like I think a month or two before I actually got with her. You know, but even then it wasn't really like hooked. I didn't know what it was, and then I just kind of said, okay, fine, we're in a relationship. And
yeah, you flipped the switch, right?
And then it was just kind of, we were in a relationship. But this chick just brought it up on board like Joe was mentioned with his, and then just kind of threw me off and turned me away.
Yeah, so she turned me away. I stopped talking to her, and then, you know, she even started texting me like crazy, like, I want you to meet my friends, and, you know, all this kind of shit. It was
I want you
more
to meet my dad.
Yeah, it was more of like a desperate, I think, to like, she wanted to show her friends, look, I got this guy.
Right.
And he's not a fucking total weirdo, fucking degenerate. Little does she know. But
does she think it's that, or does she think, hey, I met this guy on the internet and he's not a scumbag?
That's what it is. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Well, and again, women don't go to the internet unless.
But then women on the internet, they have to have some kind of problem too.
Exactly
right?
what I'm saying. Yeah,
The
so
same kind of initiation.
yeah,
You know, I would think that, but I think it's just so hard for people to meet that I think the internet's just logically the next step. Like I said, if I were single now, I would completely hit the internet. First, for the reason being, rejections through an email. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Second of all, if somebody sees your profile and you're semi-honest like Joe is, and they see you the way you are, well, guess what? You're automatically going to hook up because they already know how you are from the picture.
right.
No, it's just logically easier.
It also too, it's pretty much whenever you want to find a date or a relationship, they always tell you go where people are like you, or like, you know, go out and do things. But the thing is, our generation spends so much time in front of the computer now, so that is like us going out, like, and it's probably even cooler because you get to make yourself look a little more polished than you would outside, you know. So that way, if you get someone who's okay, you know, pretty 80% close to their profile, you're just like, okay, cool.
Well, that's what I was bringing up too. I said there definitely needs to be kind of a formula on how guys to like, because I was saying earlier I couldn't talk to them anything.
Where's the 101, the like us rules?
Well, yeah, those are kind of really have money for those.
You know what?
Like,
That's going to be a good thing we can have. I think a realistic
version of
because his is kind of in a that's bizarro world, kind of exaggerated fantasy land.
Does anybody know his rules that we can explain to the audience?
I never cared for the guy, so no.
Well, it's been a while, but you know, don't date single moms.
Majority many rules.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. I used to not do that all the time, but then I realized too that there's
They have needs and wants too.
Yeah, there's a couple of good girls out there that are just cool, and they have a kid, and who am I to say that's... Again, I'm not going to get married to them, you know, or maybe, you know, that... I always had a problem with thinking that girls wanted to marry when they had sex.
Oh.
Like, for instance, my friend...
You know what? It's that whole Mexican thing, though.
It's the
whole... And then not only that, it's also... You get them pregnant, you need to marry them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that whole thing.
I have a friend who he's doing security at Commerce Casino right now. Okay. And he said that there's a lot of Asian girls that work there.
Do we mutually know this guy?
And so he goes. He told me, there's a lot of Asian girls there, and I've never been with an Asian, but I've always wanted to be with one. I told him, me too, bro. And then we high five. And I think that's everyone right in this room. We can do a high five.
Yep.
I guess Raymond has been with an Asian, but.
Serious?
Philippine.
Fucking mute over here.
We haven't been with an Asian, so I told him, I'm like, yeah, man, but it sucks because Asians only want to, and again, being stereotypical here, Asians only want to marry other Asians. And he's all, yeah, they want to marry another Asian, but they're down to fuck me. And I was like, oh, that's fucking right. Like it's not every girl wants to get married just because she bones you.
Yeah, exactly.
And those are the ones you kind of want to stay away from.
But like the funny thing was like what I figured that kind of got me to talking to women was, and no joke, fucking alcohol. Yeah. Like that was the biggest turner of confidence ever.
Yep.
And not only that, but it also helped that I was working with I was hanging with a bunch of guys that's all they did.
You started going out when MySpace was big too, because you remember that? It was easy, kind of like what Facebook is. It's like, it opened a little trust because, here's a person you just met, and then like, let me get your MySpace, and all of a sudden they would see you, and like, so that's how online dating kind of became prevalent, because you get to screen the person.
It was like a pre-screen.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, me and Lewis, DJ, went out the other night. Bartender was really cute, had a fiance, whatever, but said she was a dancer and a singer. So he just asked her, well, you have any videos on YouTube? No, on my Facebook. Well, let me get your Facebook. And she was a little hesitant at first because it's like a stranger, and she's a bartender, but she gave it to him. So now they're connected, like there's a little camaraderie there that I don't usually do with Facebook. And since I'm off of it, I miss it.
I don't know. I don't do that with Facebook. But I don't know, maybe it's because I'm married. But
of course. Yeah.
No, but even then, like with people that I have on Facebook, it's people that I personally know.
Right.
Like I don't add anybody who I just met or like if you know me, then you know my personality. Right. You know what some of the shit I'm gonna say is offensive or not. That's why. But I screen my Facebook like crazy.
But so you never been to like a party or something and had a conversation with someone and it's like, oh, cool. Oh, yeah, do you have a Facebook? Like, I think
I did that a lot with MySpace.
Yeah, okay.
But it wasn't this, with Facebook. It was a whole different
because
story.
you don't really go out as much either, too.
Yeah, not anymore. But like I said, like once I started drinking, the whole game changed. And then after that, I actually built my personality of where I didn't need it to actually. Right. I like if I wanted to now, I could approach women and probably try to hook up with them, but
Right, because of age too, because you know yourself more, you're older, exactly. You're more comfortable with who you are. But overall, do not try to go dating on these dating sites towards the holidays, because you're just going to get in trouble. Because these girls are maybe down to fuck you right away, but they are looking for a Santa to come down their chimney tonight.
Now, chimney, do you mean throat?
Now you got it.
Oh. Ooh,
I don't know.
Clap.
Well, this is the thing.
Oh, really? I really got to go back to my back.
This is the thing, though.
Shit.
Like, if I were going on that website, like, that would be my main goal, just to get fucking tail. I wouldn't look for a relationship, so.
Sounds like a hell of a website.
Doesn't it?
Well,
okay, Cupid, or what you think it sound like?
I wish I would have known that about this shit a long time ago.
No, I just cut out the middleman and go straight to the adult friend finder sites.
Friend finder?
Friend finder.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Another thing that does things, but I was always, like, don't you have to pay for those sites? Does he have to pay for Cupid?
No.
It's a free thing, huh?
At some point, you do have to pay for them, but...
No, I googled them.
What do you mean you Google them?
Yeah, I googled OK Cupid. It's like it's pretty much like a Facebook, but a dating. Like you can choose to buy the premium account or like the OK Cupid points, like tokens that you can spend on other people.
I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know. I don't feel. Another thing too is I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a lot more private about my stuff, but I don't even trust giving those websites emails and shit like that.
It's free, right, Joe?
What's
OK Cupid.
Oh yeah, OK Cupid's free, but they spam you with a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, see that I'd be fucking terrified of getting a lot of spam.
Yeah, you could sign off on it, but one of the things that they had, and I actually signed up on it, signed up for it, the actual pay. No, pretty much it's free, but what you pay for is anonymity, meaning you can look at people's profiles and they won't know you looked at them. Which I thought after a month, like, doesn't that defeat the fucking? Then that's you're being you're being right.
Shit right
so I turned that off
for that.
Well, yeah, it was like $5. Because you could send. It was like perk. Like it made you like you were serious there. You know,
right.
like you weren't just. Because there's so many people that just create fake profiles,
that I get that.
It gives you like a clout, like this is an actual member.
Because it also doesn't mean that people who are just gonna fuck with you, like for instance, like, you know, back in the day, if I would have known Jones, and I would have fucking acted like a chick. Oh, suck your dick, bitch.
Or we met, yeah.
Just to fuck with him.
Yeah, exactly. So
hey, meet me at the park, and then fucking laugh at him when he gets there.
I'm at the park. Where are you?
You know, funny thing is, I actually hooked up with a chick on AOL a long time ago.
AOL.
Wow, that's going back.
But no, my parents had that fucked up internet. I fucking hated AOL.
I think
we all did.
Everyone had AOL or Earthlink. That's pretty much it.
I would have rather had Earthlink.
No, Earthlink.
No, but anyways, like, okay. So, like, I was young. You know, I wanted just to get my shit on. Yeah, I settled for less. I settled for less. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Wasn't a 5. Wasn't a 6. You know, it was a low number.
3.
Well, yeah, probably.
3s are acceptable with alcohol. Oh wow.
But hey,
you need a lot of alcohol for it too.
The job worked.
Right.
And, you know, in the end, like, I stopped talking to her, but after that, we were cool. You know what I mean?
What is it, like a chat room you went through?
I forgot where it was. I was probably in some stupid band.
The Corn message board or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. We used to be on there.
Corn is awesome. Hey, you live in this city? Hey, I live in this city.
It's about Slipknot. Do you like Slipknot? ASL.
You want to hook up?
Age, sex, and language.
Location.
Oh, kid language.
I only speak Spanish.
we're chatting in English, dick. All right. well, the one thing about online dating, it's very difficult because you have to. It's pretty much visually right up first, right up front. There's a funny thing that I heard
which wasn't the case in my instance.
Well, with females, I mean, I look, and then of course, but I stopped looking at the really hot ones. Because they
have high standards.
Yeah, and not only that, but it also tells you if they reply. It says like reply selectively, replies often. So all the hot ones always reply selectively or rarely replies. So I downgraded a little bit to the like 6s, 7s, low 8.
So you didn't go 2 or 3s like I.
Oh no, this girl that I hooked up with, she was. I've never gone lower than a 5. So this girl was probably like a 6.
That's not bad.
Maybe a 5 on her bad day, but she looked nice because, you know, she knew she was gonna hook up, so she had to do a little something. But other than that, on a normal day, she was probably like a 5 or a 4. But you know, she was dressed nice, so nice breasts. So there you go.
I admit it. Fucking uggo.
Yeah. So it's all visual on the face. So
fuck my share of face.
So I get now. I send messages to the ones that seem cool, 6, 7s, maybe 8s, but hot ones with a thing that I just found out. It's actually called resting bitch face. Have you heard about this? Okay.
No.
Now it's a girl when pretty much Anna Paquin, she was on Conan O'Brien and she was saying how every picture I take that's like a candid picture of someone just like a paparazzi taking it, I look like a bitch. But I'm not. It's just that when I'm sitting there, you know, I have an angry face, face. Right. So there's an actual YouTube video. It's a PSA. Like it's like one of those medical things. If you have
angry bitch,
resting bitch face, then take this pill. And it's like, I'm not a bitch. I just look like one when there's nothing going on. And then they have like clips of like guys talking to them and like laughing. They're just like, so I'm like, that's a real thing. So now I started going after girls with resting bitch face. Same thing. They don't get hit up as often because they look like bitches.
Right.
But there's a good chance that they're not.
Right.
Because I used to get, because you know me, I'm a pretty friendly, fun-loving guy. But I used to get like, why are you mad? Or, you know, oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Mm-hmm. Like, no, I'm just sitting here. I'm not happy. I'm just chilling, you know? Like, I want to see each individual. I want to see you. Rest. No thoughts, just rest. Perfect zen. Yep, you have resting asshole face. That's the male equivalent. Let's see, Chad.
Yeah, your face looks like an asshole.
Yeah, Ray. Now look at Ray has the thing called gay face. It's the complete opposite.
The please punch me face.
Yeah, we're not homosexual, but he just looks so fucking smug for no fucking reason.
Face.
Yeah.
And this is working great on the podcast, but
I don't know, like, when you do faces, like, okay, but like you were saying, don't go on the websites. But what's your goal behind going on them? What is your main goal?
oh,
laid,
okay.
right?
Well, go if you want to get see, but
No,
they sell it
but
as a
what is your
relationship. Whatever happens, but to get laid. Mainly.
Okay, so
yeah, that's why I want to get on it.
Whatever happens to get laid.
Yeah, whatever happens to get laid.
So
Yeah.
was that the first time you hooked up with that one girl, and then it's never happened since?
No, I've had.
So
that
it's
was
happened multiple times.
yeah, but not with her though.
No. But I mean, I don't know. I'd say that's a good.
But not for a while. Yeah, it is, huh? I'm gonna get back on
It's
it. But
pretty
I'm
good.
just saying the holidays are more creepy, so I'm boycotting it for the holidays because I think they're a little more
fucking
stalker.
best thing, fucking buy a mistletoe. Bam.
Oh,
You're guaranteed. Because if she's willing to take you to her house,
Right.
you're guaranteed to fucking get laid. I'm sorry.
Really?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Like,
I know that. No, I
the
know that
odds are in
now.
your
I know
favor.
that
I don't know
now.
about guaranteed, but the odds are definitely.
Yeah, unless you
in your
show-
Like, I
unless you
invited you
show-
to my house a couple times, but you never took me up on the offer.
Nah, I'm down. I don't have gay face.
Raymond, let's go.
I don't know. What do you think of this? Would she have a good resting bitch face, you think?
Who's that?
This is Justine Sacco. She is some high name up on this company, IAC.com.
She actually doesn't. She has a very look at this is anti-resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Well, she's not resting. She's
posing.
taking a picture.
Oh, see,
posing.
she's not resting though,
Oh.
but I don't think she does. She seems pretty fake.
Okay.
know,
Why? Who's Justine Sacco?
Justine Sacco is the soon-to-be fired someone high up on this company that actually owns OkCupid.
Really?
Yeah, because
Segue.
because
That was not intentional, people.
because
When you do it the right way for preparation, it just ends up that way.
Okay.
she's in a long list of these people that don't understand that even with 140 characters, Twitter is a loaded gun.
Oh hell yeah! You gotta watch.
If you say something stupid, the internet will react. And wow, did she say something stupid on a flight from London to Africa? She tweeted, "Going to Africa. Hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding. I'm white."
Whoa.
Now, did I also mention that IAC also owns BlackPeopleMeet.com,
Black people meet. What is that?
which is basically
I don't know. I don't think that's right.
Oh, I thought that was like a cannibal
I
website.
don't think that's right.
I mean-
It's called Black People Meet.
Yeah, there is. I've seen
I
ads
see
for
the
it.
deep inside of them, not
Yeah.
just me.
And it's just
We're all pink on the inside.
right.
That's racist.
You think?
We're all pink on the inside.
Yeah, we're all pink in the inside.
Oh, I was asking about
That's
the tweet.
ignorant.
Is the tweet racist?
Yes, she
Yes,
says,
of course
says
it
I'm
is.
white. She made it a race issue by saying I'm white.
And this is the thing. It's like internet.
No, but how did she spell AIDS? Did she mean AIDS?
all
as
caps.
in-
Capital AIDS.
Proper AIDS.
acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, AIDS.
No, it stops here. Your joke stops here.
Yeah.
Way to ruin that joke.
Well, just saying going to Africa, I hope I don't get AIDS alone, is not inherently racist because Africa
No, that
has
is
a lot.
racist.
That's
you're
insanely
saying
racist.
It
You could
started
get it-
from AIDS started in Africa.
Yeah, and you
Right.
quote unquote.
But none of that. But it has the
According to a lot of
highest
people, it has.
amount
That's
of.
true.
So you can kind of get away with like, oops, my
then,
bad.
But then she threw in the just kidding, I'm white.
Yeah.
And fucked it all up.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what just makes it racist. So
And
there's
here's-
no way around that.
And here's the thing.
Even without your resting
No,
bitch
no,
face,
no,
just
but okay, even if she
you're just a
didn't
bitch.
But even if she didn't put, just kidding, I'm white. If she would have just said, "Oh, I'm going to Africa. I hope I don't get AIDS,"
It still would've
that's
been
still
bad.
No,
offensive.
it is. I agree.
It is.
But you could PR spin it a little bit
No, I don't think this company. I think they're
by
gonna drop
putting
her,
by
like,
putting that just
I'm
kidding I'm
white.
white. You can't spin it at all.
Like, you know what
No.
she should have done? She
There's no
should have
context
literally
there.
put AIDS as in a different kind of AIDS or spell it incorrectly. Oh, it's an inside joke. You know
Or
what
the
I mean?
bitch should have just kept her mouth shut.
Thi-
and
thi-
not
this-
typed
this
anything.
is-
And then it would have made more sense saying I'm white because white people do have AIDS.
That was a
Here's
stretch.
here's here. I got
tried.
this.
I tried.
I got this from whatwould-Tyler-Durden-do.com.
Oh, I love that website.
Yeah, and it's probably my favorite gossip website. And here's the text that follows that. Here's a great idea. If your boss is long rumored to be gay, and you're the PR chief for an internet company that, among other things, runs a black dating singles dating site, why not tweet a racist joke about the AIDS before your flight to Africa? It can only be more perfect if you made it such a tweet that had no internet connection for the next 12 hours, so you have no idea that everybody who knows you or has ever heard of you is disavowing you while you're in flight as your company draws up your resignation papers.
That's a tweet?
That was no.
That was a response.
This is the website
more than
summation.
150 characters.
This is the website summation of the events.
Now, have you tweeted or used social media for anything that you regret? Any of you guys?
Not yet.
Tons of times.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I think I've done my fair share of damage on. Like I remember. So I ended up, when you go on my page, it's you have to really tread lightly. Just because you don't know what will make me snap, and then two, you kind of have to know I have a weird view on opinions.
Oh no! Oh my god! I'm scared. Fuck, Alex is gonna snap on me on the internet.
But believe it or not, I've gotten rid of a couple people just because.
I know how people take it.
For instance, like I commented on one of my friends' page. She put her man's toothbrush in the toilet because he ate the last candy bar, some bullshit.
And ha.
Which was all a joke, but I guess it was an inside game on Facebook. So if you commented on it, now it was your turn to post something ridiculous.
Oh, like a chain letter type thing.
Kind of like a chain letter thing.
Okay.
So I mean, I was gonna say fuck you, I'm not participating, but I said, you know what? Let me just go along with it, be a good sport. So I chose that I hit the neighbor's dog, but I picked up the body and I put it like a couple blocks away. That way the neighbor didn't think.
Jesus.
That way the neighbor didn't think it was me.
I remember this post.
Like I was like, if you know me, you know I'm a pet guy and I love animals. I would never do that. So anyways, somebody on one of my friends, well, I thought they were a friend, commented saying, "Oh, that's so mean." And then the next day, after the joke was over, I posted, "I was just joking around. I would never do that." Blah blah blah. So then she posts, "Oh, I'm so glad you said this because I was about to remove you from Facebook." So then I started thinking about it. I'm like, "You fucking bitch!
Yeah,
You don't fucking know me."
exactly.
So then I got pissed, and I said, "Oh, don't worry. You don't have to worry about any of those comments anymore." Fucking erased her off my Facebook.
Oh no, you
page.
didn't.
Oh.
Man, fuck you, bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
That's what I said. That's. Oh, you know what though? It's like I've posted a bunch of ridiculous, some racist shit, some not. It's all just in good fun with me. But I've known people that get offended by my shit, and I tell them, if you're offended, get the fuck off my page because I don't have to deal with your bullshit.
And then that too, but you see, unfortunately for her, she's in this world where that shit matters. Like honestly, like no one's gonna give a fuck if you're saying that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
Who's
Alex?
Yeah, well, not just that, but overall, who gives a fuck? You'll stomp their head in, right? Nah, I'm just kidding. But
Anyone curious about the tweet before that one?
oh, so is this her personal tweet?
This is it.
Or
This
was
is-
it a company tweet?
No, this was her personal tweet.
So
The tweet before that one reads, "Chili cucumber sandwiches, bad teeth, back in London."
well, so she's just one of those white.
Well, okay, but
people
why
who-
aren't the
wow.
fucking Brits fucking pissed off about that?
Because they thought it was funny.
Well,
Oh, sorry, all.
Oh, this white American.
we have horrible teeth. You're so right.
Teeth all pretty horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think this person's just a bitch.
On the other side, you're not gonna get, "Hey, yo, dog, that's right. We got lots of AIDS, fool."
What? Thud. Thud. Just.
No, I'm just saying because we were impersonating that London people saying that they do have bad teeth.
Oh,
so
I don't know.
that black guy admitting that.
Yeah, it's in
they
poor
have-
taste,
Yeah.
It's in poor
I think it's
taste.
definitely in poor taste, especially if you're somebody that's in an entertainment. But I guess this is the big question. Who the fuck would follow this chick anyways?
Well, apparently, 6,170
who the fuck
followers.
she is.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see what the CEO of OkCupid is doing.
So she was fired, or she's in hot water.
She's about what I read from a news report is
Firewater.
that, they couldn't reach her because she was in flight from London
Getting AIDS.
to Africa.
That'd be the hilarious. That would be the capstone of this fucking story. Is if she
wants
actually
to
got
join the-
AIDS.
yeah.
From
Okay,
somehow.
hold on. Now, I know this is a far stretch, but what if a mosquito bites an AIDS patient
That's not far
and then
at all.
bites her?
She has AIDS. It's not
She
a
can
far
get
stretch
AIDS.
at all.
So there might be some logic to her post.
after fucking, that's the second most way that people get AIDS.
Well, you don't believe
blood
it. I think there
transfusions.
was a statistic. The bug that kills the most people is the mosquito.
Yes,
But
malaria.
malaria and
Yeah.
all the other shit
AIDS.
that they do.
Because of what they carry.
Okay.
Yep.
AIDS.
Was it racist? Yes. No fucking question. Should she get fired? I don't think so because it wasn't the company Twitter. It was her own personal Twitter. If you're following her, you're expecting something.
but
But
still,
again,
they
I do know
represent
that
a
whole
company.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
you
do
look
know.
here. You look here under her profile. Corp come at IAC, lists their job. And again, that's a high-profile company. Look at all they got.
Troublemaker on the side, also known for my loud laugh.
I mean, come on. Look,
I'm quirky.
Look at all
I say things that shouldn't be said.
Look at all what they represent. About.com, Ask, Chemistry.com, College Humor, Daily Burn,
Really?
Well,
Dictionary.com, Match.com.
Oh, fuck that shit. I'm not going to that shit anymore.
Yeah, you know.
All right.
I don't think there's going to be a wide protest of this.
Vimeo, that
the
website
Daily
sucks
Beast.
anyways. I hope Vimeo gets AIDS.
You know, yeah. The thing is,
Fucking here and fucking in Africa.
you know, yeah. When you represent a company that's this high up, I'm guessing there are on the Nasdaq.
About.com. About what?
No shit. I wondered the same
Retards.
thing. You know, yeah. I mean, anytime you embarrass a company like that, even if it is on your own personal account, you're gonna get the consequences handed to you.
Oh yeah. So we are enacting a boycott of all these websites except for OkCupid, who is now a sponsor thanks to my story about how easy it is to find the perfect match for you if it's that one night stand or a whole life together.
Or a life stand.
Oh, a life stand.
Or a live
We're gonna
stand.
sell that to them. I'll edit that part out. See, that's gonna come out from here. Well, for me, I don't really use Twitter too much, but I did use Facebook a lot, and I did drink a lot at a certain point where I did post a lot of kind of regretful, drunken
stupid
rants,
posts.
just stupid shit. You know,
We've all sent the drunk email. We've all
Right.
drunked up.
I was never drunk emailing. I was always just like, which is I think even worse. The drunk email is to like a specific person, but when you put like this drunken, just stupid message like as your headline or comment something like racist on someone's picture, and then like you said, some people just don't get it.
Well, aside from roaring like hell about not catching AIDS in Africa if her plane landed there, she's probably heard about this by now. She has to have had, because that's the only standing tweet so far. It's been 12 hours since. And you can just imagine all the things she has to say to try and save her ass.
Definitely, if you're a CEO of a company, I think your job is to protect your company.
Right.
So I think definitely making comments like that's idiotic.
Yeah.
Now, do I think she should get fired? I think she probably should, just because she's making the companies look bad.
Right.
Yeah, she's
Now-
the PR chief. I'm looking at right here.
Yeah,
She
She's-
will. I know
yeah.
she will, but I don't. Honestly, it's just like she's just. Well, that is pretty. I'm white.
Yeah, but the holidays, you know, they bring out the best in people. Clearly, like in the website, you know, they bring out all the chicks that want to fuck guys, which is awesome. But you know, the holidays are just
Crazy in general,
They're
huh?
different for you than they are for me now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for me, like now, like this is I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a cheap ass or whatever. But I fucking hate Christmas shopping. I hate it with a passion. Like this is my ultimate dread. And it's only at work. It's not at home, as I don't care about the home thing. The home thing I got situated. I hate that I get all my money ready and I'm buying all my family and my wife and my kids all their gifts. And then out of nowhere, a fucking coworker buys you something. Like that happened to me this week. I was working, just busting my ass. I don't even think I took a lunch. Out of nowhere, I get this package. It says Alex. I open it up. I see a card. You know, thank you for all your hard work. Happy 2000 whatever. Open it up. A nice fucking USB 16 gig, which I didn't have one. I should have had one a long time ago, but 16 gig. Awesome fucking gift. I love it. Now I'm in the situation. Fuck. Now I gotta buy this fucking person a gift.
Was it a boss or a manager?
No, it was just a regular
Coworker?
employee.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, fuck. Now I'm in the situation where I don't want to be a dick that I'm just getting stuff and I'm not giving it in return.
Find out what the person likes. Get them a gift card for that.
But that's hard to do. Like, I don't want to pay attention to these people. I don't care about them. So
Who cares?
That's
Who cares?
one.
That's all, yeah.
No, but
Everyone likes Starbucks. Get them that.
For me, I just feel like I have to get them
A
here.
card, Merry Christmas, and
Yeah.
$20. Here you go, envelope. Thank
$20 is too much.
you. You think so?
For a person you don't really know, yes.
Yeah. It's
Why
a
would
bit
they get you
strong.
that thing
USB
then?
16.
Well, because I do work for her. I do some extra
okay.
stuff that's, you know, I'm pretty much under my job title,
Yeah.
but I just do it to help her out.
Alex, did you miss the company email about the Secret Santa? He's like, oh shit!
Oh, wow.
This is all y'all
Whoa,
worried
no.
about. It was a
No,
Secret
so
Santa thing.
anyways-
He's like, oh shit!
So it happened to me again. I got another gift a couple days later.
Wow.
But this time it's from one of my head honchos.
Okay, that you don't have to rebuy.
No, well, I did.
A nice letter.
Wow, I did better.
Okay.
I think I did better. But anyways, my head honcho comes in, And she's telling me, hey, Alex, how's everything going? I tell her it's going good. It's just very hectic. The holiday times, lab work's always incredibly difficult. And she's like, well, I bought you something. It's something small. Anyway, she leaves. I open up the gift. It's funny because it's me. It's my personality. She buys me a little miniature Captain America figure. Mm-hmm. I start laughing, like, that's funny as shit. At least she knows I'm into comics and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But now she puts me in that awkward situation where it's like, fuck. Now I gotta get you something. Not that I don't like getting people anything, but when you don't have that person in mind,
right,
it just throws off your whole shopping mentality. So I'm like, fuck. So this morning, I ended up fucking waking up super early, because that's what I do now. I don't stay up late anymore. I wake up super early now. I'm a fucking old man. I go to CVS, and I literally I'm looking for the best thing I can buy my coworkers. And I have 4 people I gotta buy for. I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna get these people? What am I gonna get these people? I see fucking Russell Stover's chocolates. But the best thing was, it was buy one, get one free. I'm like, yes! So I bought 4 of them.
Can't go wrong with
exactly.
No, you bought 2 of them, dick, and you got the other 2 for free.
I bought 2, got the other 2 for free.
I bought 4.
Saved me completely.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just one problem. And then I went shopping for my wife yesterday, and then the malls are completely insane. It's like I try ordering my stuff online, but then they're out of stock on certain things. And now I have to deal with these ridiculously long lines. People asking the fucking farm about whatever item they're trying to do. Well, I'm just trying to purchase this and get the fuck out of here. I didn't get getting home till like about 8 o'clock. Fucking I couldn't even take a shit. I had to go back to fucking sleep to get ready to work today. Fucking a pain in the ass. Fuck Christmas, man. Holiday.
Let's see, for coworkers, so how much did you end up spending then for the 4 people?
Well, that was a good thing. I went really cheapskate, but it worked.
$20.
$20.
Okay, because
that's good.
My recommendation for those situations is to take all 4 of them out to like a little lunch or something.
Nah, that would have been more than $20.
Yeah, okay.
But but the only good thing is by me going to CVS, I knocked out my uncle.
Yeah.
Which he's another one that I'm always struggling to get, because like this is the thing, like especially when it comes to my wife, like
so
my
you
wife,
but you did the Simpsons Homer thing where you went to like the gas station and got like little trinkets. Awesome. Sorry. So he did some oil filter
for the most part, but like the best thing is like so I knocked off a lot of my major shopping, but it's like it's hard to get people gifts when they can buy everything they want. Like my wife always tells me, well, what do you want for Christmas? I tell her, well, I don't know, because everything that I want, I buy.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, here, fucking, I'll postpone buying this. And that's what I have to do. That's why I don't have my fucking Zelda games. Because I'm postponing my wife's buying. I just don't like the holidays.
You just gotta buy them.
I like watching the kids open their gifts. I enjoy that. I like my wife, but I just...
That was going to be my next question. The real reason you do the holidays is really for the kids, right?
Yeah. Well, for me. But my wife's into the holidays. I can't stand it. I tell her, look, we're adults here, okay? I said, tell me what you want and I'll get it for you, and I'll just tell you what I want. Say, no, I want to be surprised. Like, You're fucking serious. You have my bank account number. You can go into my bank anytime and see what I purchased.
Oh, wow.
That you want to be surprised. Well, so anyways, I have to play by her rules.
That's why I always tell the bitches, you ain't got nothing, surprise! No, I just never buy anything
could
for
never
people.
do that.
I just never did. No.
If I did that, my wife would fucking
Well, see, because I would just, because for me, when I'm in a relationship, she kind of knows that just by being with me, it's kind of a gift. Yeah, so it's kind of a gift that keeps giving. You know?
I already did that once. When my wife had my son, her birthday was coming up. So she had my son on the 26th of January. Her birthday was the 17th. So I said, happy birthday, you got a boy.
In a wrapping.
You got a boy, he's all blank. Don't worry, I paid the hospital bills, you're good. Let's go.
The best present ever.
Yeah, she got mad. She got
mad.
What do you do? I'll make it a third Christmas.
Well, he was born this year?
Yeah, I was born in the zoo.
I thought it was last year. Wow, time's not going as fast as I thought it was.
It's going fast to me, man.
Oh, I know,
Kids
I know,
already
but-
walking and everything.
Damn.
Oh, nice.
But anyways, yeah, I just can't stand the holidays.
Yeah. But one thing I do respect is that you're not on Twitter saying like, my kid's walking.
No, I do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
Well, guys, we're now going into an hour and 40. It's been a good podcast. Unless anyone else has anything else to bring up or discuss.
There's questions abound, Ray?
This question. What? No, I
I was
was
supposed to pose questions. Fucker never did. Guy's a mute.
Well, I just
So
want
don't
to.
have his snacks.
I was just empty stomach.
Yeah. It's better though.
Well, that explains it. That explains it. Why I wasn't so into it. He's doing it on an empty stomach.
Chad,
He can't really do
you
that.
silly, gullible guy.
You silly goose.
Every
Chad.
podcast he has an excuse for Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
It's because you were working.
Well,
because you were stoned. Oh,
So
yeah.
let's wrap it up. What do we all hate?
What do we hate? I hate. Well, we know you hate.
Fuck Christmas. Fuck it.
I hate needy bitches because they get all needy during Christmas and shit.
Fuck the spoiled and superficial. They ruined my shopping a couple days ago.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, we weren't supposed to do this. Remember, this was just this whole part was, and then you leave the questions in the air and you go.
Yeah.
Fuck being single.
Okay.
All right, that wraps it up for this podcast.
All right, thanks. It went really well. We'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys next week.
Wait.